Hey there guys, Roadkid 1937 here, back with another review. I know it's been a long time, but hey, you know what? Better late than never, right? So, where the heck have I been? Well, what better place to tell you than in a review, right? And actually, this is related to what I do have to say about this locomotive. So we had a train show a few weeks ago, and for the past few months, actually ever since the beginning of the summer, I've been preparing for it. I've been saving up paychecks from my work all summer long to save up for this event. The big boy has been sold. Okay, you were looking at one of the products of the money made from the big boy. This is just one of the items that I've purchased. I got another one I'm going to show you here pretty soon. Another review coming up. Anyway, went to the show 2 weeks ago. Okay, the October train show, and I was not impressed. We had I had a great time there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I sold some stuff. Sold pretty much my entire O gauge collection. I sold my entire G scale collection. I sold my old Santa Fe F3 that I had, the old Athearn Genesis one. Got rid of that. It was giving me problems. Didn't really care for it too much. Fixed it up a little bit. Sold it to a gentleman there for $100. Gave him a deal on it. Hopefully he's enjoying himself with it right now. Same thing I had two giant Bachmann G scale sets. Sold it to the guy for $100. Just needed to get rid of the stuff. Another lady and her son, they bought, what was it? For $150, they had basically got three Lionel train sets. Just crazy stuff. I was just basically giving away stuff to people just to make room for these beauties right here. And just, a few other HO items that I wanted to buy. Anyway, I wanted to walk around. I looked for some items there. These engines were really high up there on my list. I said if they didn't have these or the other one that I was looking for, not gonna go and buy anything. Didn't have them, didn't buy it. Now they did have a set of Alco PAs, and they were the Santa Fe's, but they were not the MTHs. I wanted the MTHs really bad. Now don't get me wrong, the other ones were nice. They had DCC, they had sound, they had all that good stuff, but they weren't the MTH models. The MTH models just have so much more going for them. The details a lot nicer, and they had way more features. So I had to pick these suckers up. Anyway, enough with that. Let's get on to the actual review here. So I found out about these locomotives coming out last year, and ever since then I knew I had to pick these suckers up. I was originally going to get a set of Southern Pacific Alco PAs, but when I heard that they were coming out with them in the Santa Fe paint scheme, I said, you know what? The best thing for me to do is just to wait until these things come out, and when they did, I was ecstatic. I had to get a pair. The other great thing that I found out later on, a little bit before the locomotives were actually released, I didn't know this at the time, but these locomotives were designed to smoke. So if anyone's familiar with MTH HO products or any MTH products at all, as far as locomotives are concerned, you're aware that they have some of the best smoke units in the O scale and the HO scale market. These models are no exception to that rule. They are absolutely outstanding smokers, and I believe that they are the first HO scale diesel locomotives ever in the HO market to smoke, and I am proud to say that I own a set of these bad boys. These have Proto Sound 3.0. They come with all the bells and whistles, pun intended, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome sound. I ran these at the train club a couple times, and I've had guys walk up to me. They'll say, "Oh man, they'll sound just like the actual PAs from when I was a kid." Oh yeah, that's what they sounded like. They sound just like that. So I guess the sounds were pretty prototypical. The bell, horn, all sound amazing. If anyone who's been following my videos for a long time, you guys know I'm a huge MTH freak. I gotta have my MTH products. And MTH definitely delivered with these suckers. They put everything into these and then some. Just awesome stuff. Anyway, let's go get a closer look at these engines. So if there's one thing that I can say about MTH, it's that they have immaculate detail on all their locomotives. And I know a lot of people give MTH crap but I have never had a single problem with MTH Locomotive, or at least not a really major, not something that was so horrible that I couldn't fix myself, except for one problem that I had with my MTH GS4, but that was my fault because it actually fell off my table. Long story. I'll talk to you about it in a later video. I know, I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, let's just go over some of the details on this thing. I mean, okay. Since I was a little kid, alright, let me just tell you a story real quick. Since I was a little kid, I've always wanted a set of Santa Fe Alco PAs. I remember I would watch I Love Toy Trains, amazing video series, and they were, when I was into O-Gauge, I would see people with these models, and I was like, man, I gotta get one of those one day. When I switched over to HO scale and I found out that these suckers were coming out, I'm like, I gotta get a set of these. One thing that I really like, and I'm really happy that MTH did this, I wouldn't expect anything less from them, but look how shiny these things are. That's the first thing that's gonna catch your eye. These suckers glisten. I cannot wait to set up a layout around my Christmas tree this year and run these things around, because the lights are just gonna reflect so wonderfully off this metal finish that you see here. That's what I like. These Santa Fe's have a nice metal finish across the side here. Just absolutely awesome. Any Santa Fe in the war bonded paint scheme needs to have that nice, glossy, shiny metal finish. It just makes it pop. And when we're actually having a train show, our next train show is in March, and the club is going to be taking a layout there. Can't wait to run these suckers and see the looks on people's faces. These things are just gorgeous. Obviously, like I said, more bonded paint scheme, loving it. Though, like I was saying at the train show, they had a set of Santa Fe Alco PAs. They were the Proto 2000s, and the Proto 2000s do not have the same metal finish that these do, and that's one of the reasons why I did not pick that set of Alco PAs up, is because they did not have this sheen. Like, that just, to me, it's beautiful. There are a lot of things in this world that I think are beautiful, but I know this might sound a little corny, but the Santa Fe's are up there. The war bonnet paint scheme, there's just something about it that captures my attention, and that's the reason. This paint scheme is one of the reasons why the Santa Fe is my favorite railroad. If I had to choose one railroad to model, it'd probably be the Santa Fe. That's also the reason why I got rid of the Athearn Genesis F3 unit you saw in a few of my older videos. I got rid of that because it didn't have the metal finish, unlike the Proto 2000 Santa Fe F7 units that I plan on buying here eventually. They have the nice metal finish. Love that. Other than that, let's get a little bit closer. I don't know if you'll be able to tell this or not, but you've actually got crew figures inside. When the cab lights up, you'll probably be able to see that a little bit better. You've got all these details on the top here. This fan. When I took this out of the box and I looked at the fan, I thought that the sucker could spin. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I wish it did. It's not a deal breaker for me. I like it. That's where the smoke comes out. It's pretty gorgeous up there. Got the horn. You've got even this little detail right here. Oops, excuse me. That little detail right there. Can't really tell, but there's number 70 is actually painted on in there. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I wish that lit up. That's the only thing I don't like. Is the fact it's a tiny itty bitty nitpick, but it's just that this part right here does not. That little number 70 right there does not light up. If that had done that, that would have just done it for me. I would have said this is probably the best set of Alco PAs in HO scale history, and actually they are anyway. But they just would have been that much better. A lot of the details you will be able to see when I fire these bad boys up. You will see this right here, the number 70, that will light up. Gosh, that's another reason why I had to get the Santa Fe paint scheme, or the Santa Fe PAs, because they had the number 70 that lit up, and the Southern Pacifics don't have a number on the side that lights up like that. Freaking awesome. Here's the B unit. Pretty much you're looking at the same kind of detail, except obviously no cat figures. It does have a horn on the top. I don't know if that's prototypical. I'm quite sure it is. You've got all this other venting detail up here. MTH's even gone so far as to add, the little railings here for where the people would, to climb up, and they'll walk and they'll grab this, grab little rails here, open the door, things like that. even windshield wipers on the windows of the cab right there. Gorgeous. So gorgeous. And just, guys, hang on. See that? See how shiny that is? Don't you just love that? Okay. There is the, what is that? That should be the Super Chief emblem, if I remember correctly. It's either the Super Chief or the El Capitan. I believe it's the Super Chief insignia. I cannot remember right at this point. It's really bad because I'm a Santa Fe guy. All the diesel locomotives I own are either Santa Fe or BNSF. So I really should know that, but I don't right at the moment. I'm just in awe. A problem that a lot of people have with MTH is that the baffles in between the locomotives do not mesh together perfectly. On mine, they do. Originally, these had the couplers that open automatically. I took those out and put these actually come with KD couplers. I was impressed that MTH actually included KD couplers in there, and it was not a pain in the butt to take the magnetic couplers off. It's not really that scary of a process. The instruction manual tells you how to do it. Real simple thing to do. Unscrewed those, put the KDs in, and before there was just a tiny bit of space, probably about that much, about a quarter of an inch, between the baffles. Now they touch seamlessly between the A and the B unit, and I just think that they look gorgeous like that. But I did keep the magnetic couplers in the front and the rear of the set. I will always run these two units together, so that is why I put them under the same address, have them under the number 70. I always program the decoders to match the number that's on the cab number of the locomotive. So that's just the way I like to run my DCC engines. Anyway, you guys, let's just listen to how these suckers sound. These things are pretty freaking sweet. There's a little bit of that smoke sifting out of the top there for you guys. It does it in the B unit as well, but I think I have to readjust the CVs for this. I don't think it's set to the factory default. Oh, yeah, it is. There it goes. It's smoking now. Look at that. Isn't that something? I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that.
San Francisco Chief. Stop Eagles. Have a nice day. You too. I got it. departing for San Francisco on track 1, train number 1, the San Francisco Chief.
Martin, hurry up now.
Passenger freight announcements. Awesome stuff.
Careful on the step.
All aboard.
Careful on those steps. Hey, the detective's giving us the highball signal. We're ready to move.
Alright, you guys. So, the question is, would I recommend these units? Abso-freaking-lutely. If you guys can afford... If you guys can afford it or you think it's worth the money, I would definitely say please go for it. Especially this road name. Just because of the extra little bits that have been added to it, like the little number that lights up on the side right here. That's just a really nice feature. I do like the paint scheme. They run very well. You don't have to speed match anything. Of course, since they're both MTH units, they're perfectly synced with one another. They sound phenomenal. You guys heard the sounds. There's a bunch of features I didn't even go over just because there's too many, and I think it would be better if you guys bought a set yourself and just played around and experimented with them. And also, with the limited amount of space that I have right now, I can't really go over a lot of stuff. I'm set up in my living room right now. I just got a single piece of track with 2 buffers end to end, so it's not really a lot I can do. But there's a lot of features like the uncoupling of cars from the B unit. It just looks freaking cool. I love going to the train club and just letting go of my Santa Fe passenger cars and just dropping them off in a siding. And just, letting the PAs go on by, leaving them alone. Just looks great. The smoke looks great as well. If you guys could see that in the video, I hope you guys saw it well enough. Just absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like this for a diesel locomotive on the HO mark. I think MTH did an outstanding job on these locomotives. The detail is immaculate. You guys saw that. We went over a little bit of it, not much. The couplers, even the electro couplers, the automatic. Wow, I cannot talk right now. I guess it's that metal finish is just getting to me. But even the magnetic couplers, the automatic couplers, the ones open by themselves, they don't even look that bad. If you hook them up to some cars that have some KD couplers, they look really good. I would suggest doing what I did and just taking away the 2 from in between the A and the B unit and keeping one at the front of the A unit and the one in the back of the B unit. That way you still have the uncoupling feature for the rear of the train, because most of you guys probably aren't going to run these without the other, which is why I have them under the same address. Don't have any plans to run them separately. I think they look phenomenal with each other, and I wouldn't run them any other way. There's something else I was going to mention, and I can't remember what it was. Must not have been that important, but oh yeah, I remember now. There was a guy, I know a lot of you guys out there are worried about MTH, and a lot of local model railroaders out here, they are as well. There's one guy, one gentleman from another train club called River City. He was saying how he bought a set of Alco PAs. He had the Southern Pacifics, and he said that they run like crap, and he didn't like them, and that I shouldn't buy a pair. Well, I didn't listen to him, obviously. Bought a set for myself. Ran the risk. Ran splendid. The only time I've ever had I have problems running them on Digitrax, but not at home on the NCE Power Cab. And I was just running them with the cell phone here. And if you guys want to know how to set up trains with your cell phone, go ahead and look at my previous video. I show you how to set it up and everything, all the stuff that you need to buy if you're using the NCE Power Cab. But at any rate, I run them with the cell phone. They run great at home, but when I go to the club and run them on digital tracks, like the smoke will cut on and off by themselves. I've had to reprogram the addresses twice now because for some reason the decoders will get scrambled and then wiped out, and I can only run under the factory default address of 3333. They don't have to reset that whole the whole decoder back to factory default, then reprogram the address back to 70. So, and that can become a huge pain in the butt, but at home, no problems at all. Anyway, you guys, get a set of these. You really got to get a set of these. I could not stress this enough to you. And the first ever HO scale diesel locomotives to smoke, you can't get any better than that. That's too freaking awesome. I mean, diesels that smoke, I mean, you'll be the envy of everybody if you get these. Come on. Anyway, this is Railroad Kid 1937 here, guys. I'm going to go and I'm going to get this final review set up, and I'm going to get some sleep here because it's late. Anyway, I'm signing out. Peace. God bless. Thanks for watching. And, man, are these just an amazing set of engines here. Take care, guys.